Hello guys, today we will be seeing if India made an empire. I did the empire videos with many countries, but now let's see if India is gonna make an empire. This time it's gonna be different. You will see how it is different, but you will remember British Raj? Yeah, India doesn't want to become British but wants to be big. Let's see what happens first. Oh, so we see that China declare war on Mongolia. Even though it's supposed to be India's video, it's just gonna be a little bit different this time around. But China declares war on Mongolia, but since Mongolia, is basically just plain land, China quickly mobilizes its troops and sends it all around Mongolia. It goes around, captures some troops, boop boop boop. It goes around here, encircles Mongolia, and Mongolia decides to, surrender. At the peace treaty of this, let's see what China does about this. Let's see what Chinese things do. Well, the Chinese thing to do is to just annex Mongolia. Okay. Like that. So it's fully annexed and China is now bigger than Canada. I think so. Seems. Now this stirs up tensions all around this. Maybe not with these countries and definitely not North Korea. But there's down tension in East Asia. With this, many countries, Bangladesh decides to join India for safety. Even though it does not have to worry, China is literally influenced. But since Nepal and Bhutan is heavily mountainous, they do not take chances and join India. And with that, India basically is reunited as well as Sri Lanka. These are mostly Indian influence since most of its population are Indian, except Pakistan. But let's see which is the country India declare war on. This is now what's going to happen with India side. So first country India declare war on is Myanmar. This is surprising to the world since India was a relatively neutral country until it got many countries joined it. Maybe India just wants to be big again. So as it quickly goes from the front, Indian troops quickly invade Myanmar and capture Burma, its actual capital, and Myanmar is quick to surrender. Sorry if India just did that. But looking at the peace treaty, as usual, like I do with every peace treaty, Myanmar is fully annexed by India. Let's see which country did India will attack next. So India decides to make a deal with Thailand since it can't really go anywhere. If they attack Pakistan, China will come and go there, and India's technically still not ready. It's started to research on weapon technology. So it decides to get connections to this area of the sea, even though it controls the entire Indian Ocean. They decide to tell Thailand to give us this part of this land, and then they let you annex Cambodia. Cambodia is fully annexed by Thailand, as India gets this tail of Thailand. So India decides now, since it has literally a very long area, decides to declare war on. So India declares war on Malaysia and Brunei. Thailand joins the war wanting to get some land, so we will be looking at navy since Malaysia and Brunei is right here. Since they don't have that much with navy because of this area and most of this area, we will only be so it will be easy for India and Thailand to push through. I only highlighted this area because we can tell why. This is going to be all belong to India kind of, and it's going to be very long to record. So from here they quickly take over this part of Malaysia, quickly erasing its. Sorry, did not think my eraser was that big. quickly annihilating Malaysia from this part of the area. Okay, and annihilating the part for Malaysia as they gain control over here. And now the Thailand and the Indian Navy heads for Malaysia, the rest of Malaysia and Brunei. As they meet here they yeah, they're not that powerful. So yeah, the annihilated system, they decimated it. Multiple multiple naval landings are made, and they quickly capitulate the country. So we'll see at this peace treaty. So according to the peace treaty, not according the peace treaty is that India would just get the half of the part of Malaysia's Asian area. I mean, they both are Asian, but mainland area, and Thailand, since it's contributed, will get this part right here. The remaining land was not annexed by any country and was auctioned, basically, literally sold. And Indonesia ending up buying it for $20 billion. And it was India got around $15 billion, and $5 billion were went to Thailand. So since India is now done with the Pacific, I mean, what's the point of invading all of these? And it's no use, since the only country they can invade is Thailand, and they already have a major ally, and this is literally way too long. So the next country in declare war on is it declares war on Pakistan, which brings their big daddy China. No offense to anyone. Which also North Korea helps their big daddy China, and South Korea and Japan join. There was one more secret alliance, like I do in all my videos, that even before the exchange of and this part, you know what I'm talking about. They told Japan and South Korea their invasion plan of Pakistan. So they decided to join in case of anything. So when India told it was about to attack, they mobilized their troops in a line. Japan sent some of their troops to the the Korean border, and was ready to fight when the war started. After the war started, India sent some planes over the Himalayas mountains and made multiple drops around here, and also here. This was completely surprised by China that India was ready for this, as these fronts quickly connect up. Make this look bigger. The fronts quickly connect up and then go back to the Indian border, cutting off so many Chinese troops. In the India, Pakistan, and India quickly pushes around here, trying to capture as much land as possible, since the main area of Pakistan troops is in the Kashmir region. As it quickly captures here, India manages to quickly send a military over here, fully capturing the Kashmir area and going into China, connecting with the troops here. Pakistan seems to be screwed over, including China, since all over this border India is pushing. Let's see how the okay, there we go. China was not thinking India would do this. In the Korean border, South Korea and Japan manages to push North Korea into a defensive line right here made by China. Pyongyang is captured, and Kim Jong-un manages to escape to this area right here. So the focus was to cut off this area from any supplies, and they do great. The north area, without Kim Jong-un's influence, gets recaptured, and the defensive line is moved up to mainland China. China quickly mobilizes its troops. It quickly sends them down, but it's too late, since Pakistan is fully captured by India. Wow, I thought Pakistan would stand a chance, but maybe those defensive things that they invented really did good. So now we'll see some pushes. Now India focused almost all its troops into trying to get to China. As they quickly go from here to here, they almost manage. They do really good until the Chinese troops arrive. They were not expecting this much push, but they managed to slowly push it out of the Tibet region. And what? Let's look at military real quick. Not military, navy real quick. Before that, we see that China just annexes wants to annex North Korea, so they do that and attack South Korea, pushing them back to a defensive line right over here, defensive line. That is way too big. They quickly capture the area Kim Jong Un is, and assassinate him. This is the defensive line holding out. Now let's look at Navy real quick. Yeah, so China declares war on Taiwan, but it was also prepared for this. And looking at Navy, we see that India, of course, controls all the main oceanic territory. They actually managed to take control of this area. That will definitely not start another war. Of course, they control this area around Malaysia. And for South Korea and Japan, they cover their mainland. Some fierce fighting is going on between these Chinese ships, but Taiwan, let's just say, not like that, but we all know just what's gonna happen, right? So, around Taiwan. Wait. It's around Taiwan, and boom, Taiwan is invaded. I mean, it's gonna be like that. But also over here, the defensive line is broken, as the Chinese troops actually managed to break the defensive line and starts their invasion of South Korea. This causes major naval breakthroughs to be made in order to stop any supplying of the troops here, as also over here. But over here, India is also trying to send some navy, from right here. It quickly goes. That's it, probably, They quickly go. And use this. And they connect with the Chinese military, which caused some fierce fighting here. Over in, mainland China, some major breakthroughs are made as the Chinese military manages to push back the Indian military. But it's not enough, as India actually manages to break through the Chinese area and capture around Taiwan. Damn it. Captures the areas around Taiwan and fully liberates the country. In the meantime of this, India also pushes around here and and manages to take over around this area, China. Even though the naval bombings are going on here, around this part right here, the Chinese military sets up a defensive line right around here, like right here, out of any bombing reach. It literally connects from here to make sure that there are no bombs, and here. So this entire defensive line is just to protect itself. So, in the meantime, as they are setting up their offensive line, India takes over this area over here, while also trying to connect with the Japanese and Korean military. Over here, Seoul is captured and Korea is almost knocked out of the war. Like, it's gonna repeat the Korean War right here. USA does not join since it's just gonna ruin the fun, and you know, it's not just gonna look good. In the meantime, the Indian military manages to join with the Japanese and Korean military and supply Korea right before it dies to Chinese, and actually manages to push the Chinese so fast after the Indians. And they were meant to just take out the Japanese and Koreans, not India. Right here, they were so good that they pushed them right around the Chinese border, like right over here. And also, when China just scrams, multiple, multiple Navy breakthroughs are made. Boop. Over here, breakthrough is made. Over here, Navy breakthrough is made. The only part that China controls is this area, but it's not really any of you, so they don't attack. With this Navy breakthrough, China reorganizes its troops, like withdraws and redo, which is a really bad move for China. Nothing goes with China because, but anyway, India takes this much land, takes over here, cuts this Chinese troops off, and these Chinese troops surrender. That was a big breakthrough over here also. And China is basically, if not just dead. Over not here, not much, but here, Japan and Korea, multiple naval landings here, and then they connect. China just loses, like there's nothing to do. What does China do? Well, it surrenders. So let's look at this final peace treaty. So looking at the peace treaty, we say that India got a big chunk out of China and fully annexes Pakistan. Mongolia is released and gets this chunk out of China. It just it'd be like, you invade me, I just take this chunk out of you. The Korea is united, and South Korea, or now Korea, takes this chunk out of China and now is a nuclear power. Not a nuclear power, basically, has has nukes. And the rest of China is not spared, as the commies are given to the democracies, as Taiwan fully annexes the rest of China. So that is gonna do it for If India Made an Empire. I hope you like it. Bye.